Your zestimate might be wrong. Let's talk about it on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what you should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. It's Today in Mortgage. Rich, you checked your zestimate lately?
Imagine buyers want deals. Headline.
Exactly. Hey, so today we're going to talk about this article from Newsweek. I found it particularly interesting because of something that's going on my street right now. But the article from Newsweek says Americans could be overvaluing their homes. So, Rich, tell me a little bit about what this is saying and what we think about it.
Well, it's pulling from some data that Redfin pushed out a couple of days ago, but it's basically saying that there's a divide between what sellers want to sell their home for and what buyers want to buy a home for. And it's about $38,000 difference, which is no surprise, right? I mean, sellers still think they can sell their homes for what the price is and the appreciation that they saw in 2020, 2021, 2022. But now we're just in a different time and they're just not getting. Michael, you remember when we were seeing deals where buyers were paying $100,000 or more over list? And that was because of the demand. It was a seller's market. And now we're in a buyer's market. There's more inventory, more people want to sell their homes, and buyers are struggling with where interest rates are. Not to mention, the sales prices have been rising due to the demand, and it's still a lot of demand, but it's just too wide of a spread. Remember, we covered an article, I think last week, we talked about 44% of all home sales had some form of concession. Well, that's kind of where this is. They're listing it $39,000 or $38,000 over what buyers want to pay, but they're ended up negotiating, maybe buying down an interest rate, paying a bunch of closing costs, doing little things for the buyer to get them to buy the home.
It's definitely true, Rich, that we still have maybe these sellers that are coming on the market now, the mindset of looking back 2-3 years ago to homes that sold then where they were getting crazy offers, multiple offers the day of listing and way over asking. And so sellers seem to be trying to bake that in to their asking price. And, it's the job of a good realtor to kind of push back on that, right?
Yeah, but you have to understand if I'm a seller, I likely was a buyer, and if I bought in 2020, 2021, or after 2022, and I overbid for a property to get it, I want to get that return back. So they're thinking, oh, it's going to sell. This is what I have invested in it. So and it's about 38,000 out of range right now for many buyers.
Well, Rich, I mentioned my street at the beginning of this. We just had a house go up last week, and as soon as it popped up, we had texts going through all the neighbors saying, what is this house plated in gold? Because I think it's probably $200,000 over what it should be listed at. And obviously there's not been any offers on it yet. So it's a really weird thing out there. And that's happening in multiple stories that I'm hearing from other realtors and people out there. And we have the same issue with rates, right? Or people expect one thing and then are kind of getting that sticker shock when they find the reality.
Yeah. But listen, as interest rates come down, that spread of where buyers want to be and where sellers want to be tightens, because it's you open up more affordability for the buyer so they can afford to pay a little bit more. Maybe, if it's a desirable property in a desirable area, it's going to get closer to full list because you're going to have a different buyer that's willing to pay to be in that area. So, this is just supply and demand. And right now, the demand isn't as high as it should be because of where the interest rates are. So we're going to see some changes here. I think this spread tightens for sure over the next 12 months, but we will see.
Yeah, Rich, I think as expectations have kind of come into alignment on that rate question, same thing is going to happen with home prices. So, Rich, as we look at this and we look into the future, like you said, it's the responsibility of a pro real estate agent to be able to kind of push back on those things. What are some of the pro things that we're talking about with our loan officers right now in the marketplace?
Well, for our buyers, we're looking for the best loan terms possible. We're looking for the best, not just interest rate, but also product, because maybe it's something where they need to have more cash out of pocket in order to buy that property. We're going to make sure we're looking at down payment assistance programs and different products that may fit their need better than a standard agency product. So we're just trying to stay sharp, present all opportunities to our buyers when it comes to terms and products. And, it's working out so far.
Well, I love it, Rich. Thanks for keeping us on track here at the network. If you guys are interested in knowing how you can be a part of the best network in mortgages and get great coaching from Rich and other mortgage industry professionals like this all the time, like you're getting here, click the Grow link below and we'll get you connected with all the resources that you need to learn about the best network in mortgages. So, Rich, before we sign off today, anything you have about kind of home valuations, marketplace, anything else going on right now you want to talk about?
Oh, geez, Michael, it's crazy. There's so many balls in the air right now. It's just a lot going on, a lot of uncertainty, but we're just trying to stay focused on giving our buyers what they need in order to purchase the property they want. And if you guys are interested, call me for a confidential kind of tour through network funding. I'd be happy to share that with you.
Love it. Well, if you're interested, click that Grow link below. We'll get you connected. And thanks so much for that, Rich. And thanks everyone out there for watching, listening, wherever you are. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.